Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to sing a song composed by Rabindranath Tagore at the age of 39. My commentator is Isaac Portilla, who is an academic visiting scholar, School of Divinity at the University of St. Andrews. যদি আমারো হৃদয় দুয়ারো বন্ধ রহে গো কভু যদি আমারো হৃদয় দুয়ারো বন্ধ রহে গো কভু দ্বারো ভেঙে তুমি এসো মূঢ় প্রাণে ফিরিয়া যেও না প্রভু ও যদি কোনো দিন এ বিনার তারে তব প্রিয় নাম নাহি ঝঙ্কারে দয়া করে তবু রহিও দাঁড়ায় ফিরিয়া যেও না প্রভু যদি আমারো যদি কোনো দিন তোমারও আবানে সুপ্তি আমারো কেতনা না মানে বজ্র বেদনে জাগায় আমারে ফিরিয়া যেও না প্রভু যদি কোনো দিন তোমারও আসনে আরো কাহারে ও বসাই যতনে চিরদিবসের হে রাজা আমারো ফিরিয়া যেও না প্রভু যদি আমারো হৃদয় দুয়ারো বন্ধ রহে গো কভু
Thank you so much. It was a wonderful experience. So thank you for the invitation, Anchor. It was very good. I will listen to it later. So in reply to this invitation, what I have done is to prepare a text. It is an interfaith exploration or experiment. And what I have produced is I call it a Christo-Tagorian text. So it is a Hindu-Christian interfaith response in which I have put the Beatitudes of Christ in a theopoetic form. And basically I have combined the Beatitudes with the 4 verses of Tagore that you sent me. So for example, in the first verse, Tagore's writing goes like this: My Lord, if the doors of my heart are ever closed unto you, burst them open and come into my life. Do not turn away. So there I have chosen the beatitude of Christ, of the pure in heart, and inserted it like this. My Lord said, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God." And so if the doors of my heart are ever closed unto you, burst them open and come into my life. Do not turn away. And to that, for each verse, I have added a commentary. So what I will do now is to read each of the 4 verses, and after each verse, I will read the reflection, which is also a meditative reflection. So to go in line with the sound and the poetry of this exploration. First, my Lord said, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God." And so if the doors of my heart are ever closed unto you, burst them open and come into my life. Do not turn away. Reflection. God is seen through the heart as the heart. But the heart sometimes closes, as Tagore says. Not that it really closes, though. It is just that our being, otherwise freed by the oceanic sense of the infinite, becomes dominated by sense perception, the old vision of the world. One may get distracted by thought as well. All habits die hard. We thus need an infusion of the divine into our awareness from time to time, both from without and from within. For who can say from where the doors of our heart are opened when they are outshined by a reality that ever is, everywhere, and which transforms them into a mirage, a forgotten past? Indeed, God is the shining heart for whom no door ever existed. 2. My Lord said, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." And so, if the strings of my lute do not resound with your sweet name, in your mercy, stand a while beside me. Do not turn away. Reflection. There is a silence of bliss, and there is a silence to mourn. Both silences ought to be welcomed. They are part of the path. The former refers to an exaltation, a superabundance of the divine, which leaves us speechless for the sake of its own expression. The latter refers to a lamentation, a descent to acknowledge the painful realities of life, which need to be felt quietly and patiently. And so there are times for music and prayer, and times for silence and mourning. And when the times for silence come, and they do come, the divine, merciful, and comforting is close, very close. 3. My Lord said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And so, if someday you call out to me, but I remain immersed in sleep, wake me up with your fierce pain. Do not turn away. Reflection. The kingdom of heaven, the perception of reality in the light of being, does not belong to those who apparently do not fail, to those who outwardly do not become distracted, to the prideful who seek appearances. These are too self-centered to allow themselves to fail and be distracted. Truly, who said that failing and becoming distracted are not part of the divine play? Even so, the poor in spirit, to whom the kingdom of heaven belongs, often think of themselves as inadequate, precisely because they see that they are failing and becoming distracted. Just as the apostles fell asleep in the Garden of Gethsemane when Christ asked them to pray, at this difficult moment they failed. But the kingdom of heaven belongs to the poor in spirit, regardless of their own opinions and shortcomings. And so they will be awoken, painfully if needed, as Tagore's song goes, to its reality. 4. My Lord said, "Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you." And so, if someday I place someone else on your great seat, my King for all time, do not turn away. Reflection. To work spiritually in the world, to spread divine teachings and practices involves challenges. Those who listen may judge you unfairly, insult you gratuitously, say things that are untrue about you. Therefore, it is easy to feel like relaxing a little bit, to go along with the ways of the world for some time, to appear to others as if you have their same desires, fears, and concerns. And little by little, in an inadvertent fashion, you have placed someone else on the great seat, as Tagore says. We nonetheless hope that, in exhausting these downward phases, which we embrace, at times out of compassion, at times out of delusion, the Lord our King will still look at us straight in the eye and recognize us.
Thank you, Isaac, for that wonderful theopoetic experiment, as you call it. As I was listening to you, I was thinking that if we could go back on a time travel machine to 1925 and present Tagore with this experiment, he would have been delighted. And I say this because sometime around 1928, he wrote this line, which I'm going to read out now. When the streams of ideals that flow from the east and from the west mingle, their murmur in some profound harmony of meaning, it delights my soul. So thank you, Isaac, once again for being part of this theopoetic experiment.
Thank you, Tagore.